What does it mean to be set apart? What that means is you do not do the things that the world does. In the way that you speak, in the way that you think, in the way that you behave, in the way that you dress, in everything. You are set apart because God has positioned you to be set apart, not to conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. When you are set apart, that is what God does to you. He has you thinking differently, behaving differently, and it's not an elevation, it's simply a separation. You have to be different because people are watching you. How are you going to behave when eyes are on you? But how are you behaving even when eyes are not on you? That's integrity as well. I remembered I was at the prayer pavilion and a young lady I was sitting next to, she said, "You know what? One thing that I have always felt in my spirit, and I still feel that at this very moment, that you are set apart." And I thought about that and I sunk into that like, wow. I mean, I've known that, but for someone else to acknowledge that and say that about me, that was deep. Because that's not something that I ever tried to be. It was just what I was. I was simply set apart because my desire is to always please God. And I have always felt that way from as long as and as far back as I can remember. All I care about is pleasing God, making sure that I am in right standing with God. And yes, God knows that I am human, I am imperfect, but in everything that I do, even in my speech, in the way that I dress, in the way that I treat people, I try my absolute best to do what is pleasing to God. And because of that, I believe that God has positioned me to simply be set apart from the world.